설탕 뽑기입니다. 선택하신 모양은 여러분이 뽑아야 할 모양입니다.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week we're taking a look at the honeycomb candy from Squid Game, otherwise known as Dalgona. This is not Dalgona, or rather it is. This is a coffee drink that went viral on TikTok last year, also called Dalgona, due to its very similar flavor of bitter and sweet. More on that later, because for now we're making actual Dalgona, for which we're going to need some tools. I bought a Dalgona making kit that includes what appears to be a low quality cocaine mirror. I'm going to spray down both this and the included stamping press with nonstick spray. Then we're headed over to the stovetop where we've got a little copper thingamajig, into which we're going to deposit 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, stirring constantly while holding over medium heat until it's completely melted, occasionally removing from the heat as necessary to prevent from burning the sugar. Once no visible chunks of sugar remain and the caramel is a nice same exact color as the thingamajig, we're going to add an extremely small amount of baking soda, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Once again mixing constantly, mostly off the heat, until it foams up and increases the volume of the caramel by about 50%. Then comes the easy part. We just got to turn it out onto our well-greased Coke mirror, trying to pour it into as round a blob as possible. Give our stamper another spritz. We want everybody really well lubed up so nobody sticks, and stamp it down until it's nice and thin, and the edges of the candy just peek outside the edges of the stamper. Oh, looks like we got ourselves a little stickage. I don't know how that's possible, but we can salvage this thing. Once we get it reasonably flat, we just got to stamp a pattern into the center. This playful little shape will determine later on whether we live or die. Go ahead and firmly press that into the candy, and there you have it. Once it's completely cooled, with a little help from our scooper slash fanner, we can very, very gently remove the... oh, well, I broke it. That's alright. First Dalgona is always weird, just like a first pancake. Let's give it a taste, and it's just a lovely, light, crispy, caramelized sugar. All we gotta do now is try again. This time I'm gonna cook the sugar a little bit more gently and add a little bit more baking soda. This resulted in a lighter, fluffier candy, which unfortunately I stamped while it was too hot. Let's try again, this time with a lighter caramel. Damn it. Alright, this time let's try measuring the surface temperature. Alright, that didn't work, so let's just keep trying until we get it. Alright, turns out it takes some serious practice to make these things, that or I'm just really, really bad at making them. All told, it took me 16 tries before I cranked out a single halfway decent Dalgona, which I'm realizing I really hope I'm pronouncing correctly because I'm saying it a lot. But there it is, my fragile, sweet, golden medal. Now all I have to do is extract the umbrella from within so as to not get shot. I'm employing the lick the back of the candy method displayed in the show. So far so good, I got the top of the umbrella, but that's when things start to get tricky. Just gotta very carefully... oh, okay, I'm dead. Well, chances were if I was this bad at making them, I was going to be this bad at staying alive. I got one more decent umbrella here, so I'm going to see if I can't lick this thing. Sorry. Shouldn't be so lighthearted when my life is on the line. Oh, I'm dead. Guess I'll just resign myself to the fact that I would never survive Squid Game and make some Dalgona coffee instead. Into a metal bowl goes 2 tablespoons each instant coffee, granulated sugar, and boiling water. This gets beaten together on high speed and through a form of sorcery becomes a light, gooey, sticky, sort of no cream whipped cream that is spooned over milk served with ice. From what I understand, this is called Dalgona because it tastes very similar, sort of a marriage between bitter and sweet, but I wanted to see, can we make Dalgona coffee with actual Dalgona candy? I certainly had enough screw-ups to play with, so I threw a few into the bowl of a food processor and ground it up into a fine powder, basically a Dalgona sugar. Make sure you keep this in the fridge because it absorbs moisture like a sponge. But I wanted to get even more Dalgona flavor in there, and I couldn't stop thinking about when I was making them. To make the sugar easy to remove, I would plunge the thingamajig into a pot of boiling water. Wait a minute, rewind that. There, play back. Decrease speed to 50%. Computer enhance image, lower right quadrant. There, right there. Babish, you son of a bitch. Turns out I had been making effectively a Dalgona simple syrup, which I'm going to use instead of boiling water in addition to our Dalgona sugar. This, apart from being one of my best ever ideas, is probably the... okay, something appears to have happened here. Let's take a look. Oh, yep. Yeah, that'll do it. How about that? The first thing to go wrong this episode. Instead, I'm going to use the stand mixer, quadrupling all the ingredients so that there's enough stuff in the bottom of the bowl that the whisk can reach it, beat on high speed, and cross our fingers that after all this abject failure, maybe, just maybe, we'll have a small success on our hands. Looks like it's whipped up into the proper consistency, still amazed that just water, sugar, and instant coffee can do this. Spoon it over top, our milk with ice in it, and there you have it folks, Dalgona coffee made with actual Dalgona. What wonders await us on our first sip? Well, turns out Tastes exactly the same. Oh well, we'll see you next week on Babish Works Really Hard and Accomplishes Nothing. You guys aren't going to shoot me, right? Guys?